we need to realize that we need to get subscribers that like us for us,
Right.
right? And once we overcome that, then I think the record button is going to be an easy thing to hit because many of the influencers out there can just be walking down the street and then they'll pull out their phone, they'll hit record, they'll start talking.
Mhm.
They don't care. So
Yeah.
why should we?
Right.
Right? Where our appearance should not reflect our intelligence. Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of The Other 99%. I'm here with our co-host, Susan Larimer, and today we got a fun topic. I think it's a fun topic because Susan, myself, some biz besties, Jen and Evelyn, and a few other people that we know in the direct sales field have been talking about diving into YouTube for their business in 2026. So Susan came across a video from Think Media, right?
Think
It's
media.
Sean
Canal?
Connell or Cannell, or sorry
Yeah.
if we said your name wrong. I
Sorry,
apologize.
Sean.
And if you're actually listening to this, I'm like, wow. But but I do apologize that if we say your name wrong. But he put out this amazing video that sort of broke down. He said it was 7 R's, but in 2026 he added an 8th R of doing your YouTube channel right and launching it. So let's just jump in, Susan. What did you take away from that video, right?
Yeah, I love that video, and I love when there are, like, a certain number and steps because that makes me watch the whole video, it makes me take notes, and like Lisa said, we are working through this YouTube, we want to grow our YouTube channels, we have been working really hard we're in our 4th week together. We have a
Mm-hmm.
12-week kind of a boot camp that we kind of put together ourselves, and we will be sharing that with you in weeks to come. But this just really breaks it down into 8 steps. And we're excited to list all of the R's with you and to share kind of where we are in the process or maybe some insight from our personal experience in growing our YouTube channel. So, are we ready to dive into the first R?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let's jump right in.
Okay, so the first R is reverse engineer. And Lisa, this is something that you brought to my attention because, we're all excited to grow YouTube and we want to track our subscribers and grow and have videos. But really, what's the point? What is the end result that we're looking for? And you asked us this question in the very beginning, and I'm like, oh, I should have like where am I driving people? And the purpose should be some kind of financial income. I mean, we're not just doing this for fun. We want to make money on YouTube. It's difficult to monetize on YouTube. You need so many subscribers, you need so many watch hours. We're finding that this is kind of a lofty goal, but there are a lot of ways that you can make money without being monetized. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe Lisa, if you want to dive into that a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, the biggest thing, and I always felt like this was a stall for me. But now, after watching his video, I realize, okay, it makes sense what I'm doing, right? I mean, there has to be a purpose to creating all of this. I love to give everybody as much free advice, as much free information as I can. But it all comes down to the fact that, we all need an income to sustain our life, right? So it where's the money coming from? Yes, I need to provide the information to get contacts to follow me, leads to follow me, subscribers, and all of that stuff. But how am I going to make money out of it? Before I actually my so for those of you, just a little bit of a rundown of what's going on. So we have the Other 99% podcast YouTube channel, but then Susan and I both have our own separate YouTube channels. So this is what we're actively trying to grow, is our separate YouTube channels. Now, Susan has a few videos on there. I think I have like one video. I like my YouTube, because I gave up my YouTube channel for the other 99% podcast. So I sat there and I'm like, well, what do I do? Like, it's like a blank slate that I was staring at. And then I said, okay, well, I need to go out and write down where I want to drive people to. How am I going to earn an income from the information that I'm going to post? So I have it now set up. I haven't recorded my videos yet, but at least I know where my money is coming from. And that is going to be through affiliate marketing.
Mhm.
So I have a CinchShare affiliate link, and I'm going to be doing CinchShare training videos. And I have an Oh My High affiliate link. So I am going to be doing Oh My High training videos outside of what I already do for Oh My High. So that's something that you really need to think about. And you, Susan, it's like you have your digital products that you
Mhm.
can send them to, because your channel is not about your lemongrass spa business.
Mhm.
It's about your direct sales side of your business and your training side of your business. So that's one thing to sit there and really think about. And, you guys are listening because you're direct sellers, right? If you don't have the products like like the digital products or the affiliate income that we're talking about, well, then you need to think about how you're driving people to your website or your e-commerce site so that they could purchase the product that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
you need to think about, like, where is money going to come in? So maybe you're with Pampered Chef, let's say, and you're going to get up there and do a video. Well, make sure that you know what products you're using from Pampered Chef in that video, so that in the description you can link, grab your and I don't know if this is the word, but multi-deluxe something. Here's the link to go buy it, or
Yeah.
this is the seasoning that I used, or this is the pizza pan that I used, and link it right out to your e-commerce site. So it makes it easy for them. So always think about the end first. And if anybody's heard me talk before, I always say that, like, start from
Reverse
the end
engineer.
and
Yeah.
go backwards, because it's easier to um figure out where you need to start, when you know where you need to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I don't know if this is going to fit into here, but I think it does. Also, have a way to capture information right away. And that's something that I'm so thankful that I did, when I first revamped my YouTube channel about a year ago now. I made sure that I had a way to capture their contact information, put them into my Oh My High CRM so that they were on my email list. So
Mhm.
set that up day one or as early as you can so that you can constantly be driving people where you want them to go. But think about, and you can use Amazon affiliates too. I've kind
Mhm.
of dabbled in that. You have to have so many followers and show that you're actually getting people purchasing from your links. But Amazon affiliates, that means you get a percentage of sales. And I think it's for the entire like 24 hours. If they buy other things within
Oh,
24
really? I didn't know
hours,
that.
you
That's
get
cool.
commission on all of those. So say you have a link for, I don't know, a microphone, podcast microphone. You have a link for that. They
Mhm.
purchase that. And then they also add some gardening tools or a hydro flask. You get commission from all of that. So if you can get into that affiliate marketing, that's kind of amazing. I kind of dabbled and then they kicked me out because it wasn't working. Then I tried again. So I'll come back
You'll get
again when
there.
I'm
We're
ready.
we're gonna grow our YouTube channels to like
That's right.
thousands and thousands, and they're gonna say, "Yes, please take it."
Yes,
Right?
we want Susan Larimer.
One thing I wanted
So
to mention before we go on from here, because some people might not realize this, but most of the time when you're sharing like an affiliate link, so that could be like an Oh My High link, it could be a lemongrass spa link, it could be something. The companies usually have it set up so that that link is tied to that person. Like once they click it, it's tied to them for a set period of time. Typically, it's like a 30-day span. So even though they click on it, they may walk away, but then they go back to, say, Lemongrass Spa, and you're still should be linked to them as the consultant. So don't think about it as, oh my goodness, somebody watched and I didn't get an instant sale, I'm going to lose it. Usually the companies have it cookied to them. So you should get it if they come back in that set amount of time. So that's just something to think about.
Yeah, that's good to know. Okay, we ready for the second R?
I think so.
All right, second R is research. Now, when I was initially thinking research, I was thinking, okay, here's my topic. I need to research the topic. But this also includes researching keywords, which I am realizing are very important to your YouTube videos. And Lisa, we had a conversation with Evelyn and with Jen. Sometimes the keywords we want to be known for are not the
Mhm.
keywords that people are searching. So maybe dive into that a little bit and talk more about keywords.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is, especially in the direct sales field, we're so stuck in company lingo,
Mhm,
right? Nobody knows what, and I'll just use Evelyn's product because I know she always is like the royal jelly.
mhm,
I would not have any idea what royal jelly is.
mhm,
And so that probably applies to a large number of the population. So somebody actually going in and typing, "Where can I find royal jelly?" is not gonna
very
work,
little. Yeah.
okay? Whereas somebody might go into Google or YouTube or something, products that help soothe dry skin, products that help, reduce wrinkles, or it could be even reduce wrinkles, dry
Mhm,
skin, something like that. So those are your keywords. Those are going to be words that people are going to search all the time. So if your products can help with those problems, then that's what you're going to use as a keyword, right?
yeah,
And you want to make
yeah,
sure that your keywords aren't too competitive because it's going to be harder, especially if you're a smaller channel. Um, so you might want to go with more of a long-tailed keyword like um, dry skin for women over 40. That could be something that Evelyn would maybe rank for over just dry skin. Um, and sorry, Evelyn, I'm using you as an example. You're probably giggling because you're listening to us. I know you are. But, like, things like that. So think of how somebody would typically search, like, here's a good way to say it. Solve the problem. Like, you wanna solve their problem, and they're usually searching for what their problem is,
right,
not what
right.
your product is or what you have to offer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can use like Google search or even YouTube search to type in like the example Sean gave in the video. If he's talking about fishing lures, he wants to look at the audience and what people are searching for. So he typed in fishing and then it prompted fishing boats, fishing rods, fishing reels, fishing lures. So then you know those things that pop up first, that's what people are really searching for. So maybe in the anti-aging skincare world, you can, type in sensitive skin or some kind of general broad topic and then watch those smaller topics that people are really searching and needing pop up. So
Mhm.
that research is super important. If you're just using words that, like Lisa said, your company uses, the lingo that your company uses, you're going to miss out on a whole audience.
So here's a good example to give for, like, something like Epicure. One of our top selling products is 3 Onion, okay? Chances of somebody typing in the words 3 Onion is pretty darn slim unless they know the Epicure product. But they might type in onion substitute
Mm,
or what to do if I don't want to cut an onion. That is like more of a long tail. So think about that. Like, what is somebody who doesn't know your product going to be searching for? And then do the research on those phrases.
yeah, yeah. One thing that I was introduced to during this whole process is vidIQ, which I have been loving. And vidIQ, it will kind of attach itself to your YouTube channel. and give you analytics. And then it'll say, oh, this video could do better if you used these keywords. You press a
Mhm.
button and it adds the keywords for you. It'll change your thumbnail, it'll change your title to make it more popular in the searches or more easy to be viewed. So vidIQ has been amazing. And well, we can get into it later, but you can make shorts from a long video too, which is super important, but that's not until step 8, R8.
I'll let you in on a little secret before we go. I was actually playing with Claude, and I'm like, "Can you create me an app that will replace vidIQ?" And it's like, "Sure, Lisa, no problem." So it actually created this sort of app. I haven't tested it out yet because I ran out of time,
Oh
but
my
I just
word.
have to put my my API in there, and it tells you how to get it, right? And then the link to my YouTube channel, and it said it will analyze it exactly like vidIQ. So I got to test it out.
What?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna save me $10 a month. Okay, R3 is record. We are ready to record. We did the research. We know what our end goal is going to be or what we want it to be. So now it's time to record. And Lisa, this is where I get stuck because I'm trying to make sure I look presentable. I mean, my normal attire is a logo t-shirt of something. It could be Ocean City, it could be a college, whatever, or a hoodie. And I
Hmm.
feel like, even though I am coming as myself, that's me, I feel like I need to be a little bit more professional. So then I get hung up on that. I get hung up
Yeah.
on my background because I'm in my office. And if you could see beyond the virtual background, this office is a disaster. So that's where I get stuck is recording. So I don't know. Can you help me
I I
get
know
over
I know it's
that?
kind of funny because it's like we do this almost every week, right? But we're still we get stuck on the recording stage.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys know if you're watching this sorry, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that Lisa has a new background, right? So it was funny because I put a video into ChatGPT for some reason, like an excerpt, just like a pullout of it, and it says your background is too dark and moody. And it told me how to. I'm like,
Dark
okay,
and moody.
so I'm gonna be testing out a couple new backgrounds. Now, I'm gonna just tell you, Susan, come as you are.
I
People
know.
know, like, and trust you for a reason. Okay, I do I would say 90% of my videos, I do. My hair's in a ponytail because that's me. And if you're not going to watch my video because I'm sitting there with my hair in a ponytail and a t-shirt on, you're not my people.
Right, right.
Okay. We need to do this business so that we're not trying to impress to be successful. We need to be ourselves. And this hit me. I feel bad because I don't. Her name is Sabrina Romanov, I think. But she has been popping into my feed um lately for like she's really big into AI. And I love the fact that she just comes as she is.
Mm,
You know, this is her. She's popping the video on wherever she is. The only thing that I feel awkward about is my background. Okay.
mm,
I will come as I am, but my background, because if I turn the virtual background off that I have right now, you're going to be facing like looking out of a window, which is it's very distracting. So I will always come with a virtual background unless I'm like maybe in my kitchen or something like that. That's the only sort of buffer or something that I'll put on my videos. But we need to realize that we need to get subscribers that like us for us,
right.
right? And once we overcome that, then I think the record button is gonna be an easy thing to hit because many of the influencers out there can just be walking down the street and then they'll pull out their phone, they'll hit record, they'll start talking.
Mhm.
They don't care. So
Yeah,
why should we?
right.
Right? Where our appearance should not reflect our intelligence,
Yeah. And
right?
I think this comes from, comparing myself to other people. And you see some people on YouTube and they are beautiful. Their hair, makeup, well dressed, beautiful backgrounds. I mean, it just looks
Mhm.
perfect and very professional. And then I'm chasing that and I'm like, okay, Susan, like you are not that perfectly polished, professional. My house does not look like it comes from a magazine. So you're right. I just need to be me because I'm going to attract those casual, comfortable, laid back individuals that will resonate with what I'm saying and what I look like and what I'm wearing. So
And I
that
giggle because those people that look like they have that polished background, probably nothing else happens in that room but video recording. Right? They don't have life happening,
I
right? They don't
know.
they don't have to do work, or and if they do have work, they probably have a cleaning person coming in, cleaning after they're done, right? So we
I am
can't.
the cleaning person.
Exactly. You're the jack of all trades in your house. So just give yourself some grace, hit record. And like even Sean Cannell said in his video, when you look at your first video to where you are now, there's
Right.
gonna be a huge difference.
Right.
Like if you went back and found an old video that you recorded on, say, Facebook or something like that, or even if you have an old one on YouTube, you'll see the difference. You still might not be in that perfection stage where you want to be, but you might be 5 years down the road. And if you don't start now, you can't get to where you want to be,
Yeah,
right?
true. All right. Okay, so our fourth R is release. We are ready to upload and get it out there and start sharing. And something interesting he said, you don't have to rely on social media platforms to get your message out. If you did the previous steps well, YouTube will push your content out automatically. And that's what you want because YouTube is a search engine. People are searching. Facebook and Instagram, social media, very short lived. So you're not going to
Hmm.
draw a lot of people from those platforms. So if you did the first three steps well, then when you release it, you can rely on YouTube to share it out.
Yeah, I believe he was also talking about in his video. And we should probably link the video, I think, in
That's a great
the
idea
show notes.
because
So,
he said it a lot better than we did.
yeah. So the one thing that he did mention, I believe, is that there is one person, I can't remember the name, I apologize, that sends out whenever he does a video, sends out to his entire email list of like
Yes.
thousands, right?
Yes.
And YouTube loves that because typically that he gets a ton of clicks on that. So he's funneling people to YouTube. So they're like, hey, man, we're going to show you more. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you have a YouTube list, if you have a text list that you send messages to, hey, just dropped a new video, check it out, right? You want to drive people to that channel as much as you can, not just rely on that post and pray method, like they say, where you just drop it into YouTube and fingers crossed, let's see where this goes.
Right. Right.
Or, you make a single post on social media and you expect like thousands of people to see it and jump over to YouTube and watch. That's just not reality.
Yeah. 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 So now we are releasing it. It is out there for everyone to view.
Hey everyone, just a quick pause to thank today's sponsor, CinchShare. CinchShare is a social media scheduler designed for direct sellers and creators alike. It's your go-to tool for planning, scheduling, and simplifying social media right from your phone. Built to take away the overwhelm, it lets you upload your own content, use a ready-to-share library, schedule across multiple platforms, or post on the go using the CinchShare keyboard. Want to learn more about CinchShare or grab a free 30-day trial? Visit lisadoc.com/CinchShare. Now back to the episode.
And then that goes into number 5, which is rocket. So he talked about, you want your video to continually go up and up and up in views,
Mm-hmm.
and subscribers and likes and all of that. If a video goes up quickly and then flatlines, that's not what we want. So we want that constant momentum. And he said you can have videos from 5, 10 years ago that are still getting a lot of views. And that's what I love about YouTube is that those videos, it's not just one and done. They stay around and they are useful, bringing people to you for years.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, this goes to show you that sorry, YouTube is more of a long term, right? A long term project that you could do.
Mhm.
Unlike social media, where you post something and it disappears within minutes, right? It's down the feed and you're never going to see it. YouTube, if you get the proper keywords, if you have the good thumbnail, if you have the good title, you're going to be seen in search results for years to come. So think about all of those things when you think about where you want to spend most of your time in your business.
Mhm.
And I feel like with 100% certainty that YouTube is one of those video or one of those places where you want to spend time on your videos, not on just a simple Facebook Live,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then number 6 is review. So look at the numbers, look at the data. In YouTube, we have YouTube Studio, which allows you to look at your analytics. So you can actually look at a video and you can say, okay, how long did people watch the video? Was there a certain point where a lot of people dropped off and stopped watching? Look at your video and say, okay, what did I say here? Or how did I lose them? So look at the numbers, and that's where you're going to get a lot of information on how to improve in the next video.
And I'm just going to share this because I full transparency here. Susan was sharing the analytics from all of our videos during one of our YouTube calls with our friends, and my my station, because there's like hardly anything on it. There's a few shorts and one single video that's I think a minute, a minute long. There was nothing to report on, right? So it was like very hard. So don't beat yourself up if your numbers aren't there at the beginning. You need more content to get more accurate data. So don't give
Like
up.
30 videos. Like, don't even look until you are ready to go with a lot of content that they
Yeah.
can look at and analyze.
Yeah. So, not it's not a one and done thing. Oh, that didn't work. I didn't get like 1,000 subscribers. This is a long-term game and just
Yeah.
don't give up. Post
Yeah.
consistently and you will see the results come.
Yeah. And just learn from every video. Say, okay, I'm going to do something different this time. So every video, when you look back, if you started 5 years ago, you look at that first video and you just want to be like, oh my gosh, I just want to hide it from the internet. No, don't hide it. But every video should get a little better. Your thumbnails will get better. Your description gets better and you'll see those results. So just concentrate on getting one thing better each time. And that's how you have to look at it.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the 7th R is repeat. What's the wash, rinse, and repeat?
Mhm.
So now you're gonna go back. Okay, next topic. What do I want to reverse engineer? Where am I driving people? What do I want the outcome to be? Then I'm going to research. Then I'm going to record, and so on and so on. So you're gonna repeat this whole process.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mention here as well, when you do a video, um, about a specific product or a specific, topic, that doesn't mean you can never do a video on that product or topic again. There's always something new to share. I'm not saying back to back to back these videos, but you can always take and do this whole process again. So say for example, for me, I'm going to be talking about email marketing on my channel. So just because I talked about email marketing once doesn't mean that I can't tweak that and do another video. So just keep that in mind because a lot of people I feel stall out or walk away from YouTube because they're like, "Well, I've done everything I can.
Yeah,
Like I don't have anything else to post." You do.
yeah, yeah.
You do.
Yeah, and if you look at content creators, they are talking about the same information over and over, different ways. Maybe they're using different keywords to attract different people. But yeah, that's a really good point. Don't feel like, oh, everybody's talked about every single topic. I have nothing to
Mhm.
offer. You do have something to offer.
For sure.
And then the final R, which is kind of a bonus R, is repurpose. So now, say you have this, 12-minute long YouTube video that you created. You did all the work. It's a great video. Maybe you could make shorts from it. Maybe you could write a blog from it. Maybe you can cut out a whole 5-minute chunk and make that another separate video. So you have all of this information. How else can you send it in an email? Can you make a social media post? So there's so many different ways to repurpose and get a lot of mileage out of one video.
Yeah, and I just want to say that how we always talk about starting with some sort of long form content to help you create your content over all platforms. So YouTube is a great long form content. You can grab the transcript from the video and you can upload it to our friend ChatGPT or Claude and ask it to pull out 7 days worth of content for Instagram from this training video. Take this transcript and turn it into a blog using these keywords and phrases. Take this transcript and help me send an email to my list that is going to share points from the video and point them to the video to watch it in full.
Hmm.
There's so many different ways to use that content once you've have it created. And when you're using things like, say, we use Riverside to record the podcast, but Susan said that the vidIQ will do it as well. You can take that and turn that video into little snippets. I think even Canva will do that now. I think it's called Magic Highlight. So you could just upload the video and it will snip out these little pieces that can be
Hmm.
used for shorts or
Yeah.
reels. And then there's more content created. So definitely work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Start with one long form piece of content and then break it up to get all your small pieces. You're going to save you so much time and it's going to make life so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any last piece of advice should I go over? Here's the 7 R's again if you're taking notes. Number 1, reverse engineer. Number 2, research. Number 3, record. Number 4, release. Number 5 is rocket. Number 6, review. Number 7, repeat. And number 8, the bonus, is repurpose.
Yeah. So my biggest tip for this is just, you just have to get out there. You just have to do it. You don't have to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect, right?
No.
There's always going to be somebody that you're watching that is better than you. And it's so funny because I hear people speak and I'm like, "Oh, I wish I could speak as well as they do. I
Yeah.
I wish I didn't stutter sometimes or do that but
Yeah.
that is me. And if
Right.
there are people who can relate to me and then there's people who are not going to relate to me.
Hmm.
That's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do you for the people who want to be around you and learn from you because there are so many people out there in the world. There are your people. They will
Yeah.
find you.
Exactly.
All right, everyone. Well, we hope you enjoyed us talking about YouTube. Like Susan said, we're going to have a few other videos coming up in the near future with a couple of our YouTube besties. Maybe both of them will come on a show or two, but we're going to talk about the process that we follow doing a 12-week sort of warm
Boot
up
camp.
into boot camp. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Boot camp into our YouTube channels. So stay tuned for that. And we would love for you to come and see us. So if you haven't liked or subscribed to our channels or found us on social media, be sure to click the links in the show notes because it will take you to all the places where we are. And we appreciate you listening in for another episode of The Other 99%. And we will see you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Other 99%. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to like, share with a friend, leave a review, and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. We drop fresh content every Tuesday.